Our journey to Circles began with children. Our church responded to a need at our neighborhood school for mentoring of at-risk children, most of whom were living in poverty. As we began to build relationships with the children and gain the trust of the family, we came face to face with the realities of poverty. Suddenly, poverty had a face and a name. We knew we needed help in figuring out a way to live out one of our core values, to bring heaven to earth. Most of our mission partners at the time dealt with poverty management and did not address the underlying issues and offer folks a way out. Fortunately, the Lord led us to Circles USA, a relationship-focused, proven poverty reduction model based on best practices in several disciplines. Their mission is to inspire and equip families and communities to thrive and resolve poverty. We love the Circles approach because this is what Jesus did. He built relationships with people, and through those relationships, life change happened. So how does it work? Circles matches people who want to move out of poverty, known as Circle leaders, with volunteers called allies who support them on their journey. A weekly meeting includes a meal, training, relationship building opportunities, accountability, and childcare.
I had been cleaning houses and taking care of an elderly person, and those are really the skills that I felt confident in, because those are skills, you can clean a house. I was making probably, $120 a week. And today, I make $50,000 a year salary with the organization I'm with, and I'm doing a consulting position for $15,000 a year. In 2014, I was arrested for manufacturing meth, and my daughter was in the home and she tested positive. And when I got to the jail, it was just a very bad day. I just wanted to give up. I had attempted to be in sobriety many times, but didn't have the skills or the social capital to move forward. Every time that I was released from jail, I would go back to my mom's. My parents were alcoholics, or I'd go back to whatever unhealthy relationship that I was in at the time. I went to rehab, a place where my daughter was able to join me. Coming to Circles broadened my social capital extremely. It felt good to be in a grocery store and someone from your church, from Mount Horeb, say, "Hey, how are you?" Or feel important, like that I didn't have to be ashamed or hold my head down, that no matter where I was at in this walk, I was genuinely loved from day one here. Coming to Circles and being empowered with how SMART goals work. And for me, I've learned that it's imperative for my life, because I have it on paper. I see when I accomplish things. I see when I might not meet things, and I also get to see when they're completed. And that's the big thing. I'm forever grateful to Circles for SMART goals, absolutely. It's just very exciting for me to say that my son has also become a Circle leader. And my daughter-in-law, daughter-in-love, is also a Circle leader. They are actually really, truly changing, the generations, because my grandchildren are even being affected by this, right?
Our role as allies was to get to know one of the Circle leaders, as many of them as we could before we were matched with our individual Circle leader, so we would have some idea what their story was, what kind of needs they had as far as working themselves into a better life, and a lot of listening and getting to know and learning how to not judge folks and what might have gotten them in their situations. Our training as Circle leaders was very, very helpful about understanding some of the mindsets and some of the traps of poverty. And so being open and listening.
I think our big role as allies is just to come alongside to get to know these folks and just kind of befriend them and become part of their lives and allow them to become part of ours.
Mm-hmm. We helped our Circle leader move one time, and literally we were the only people that showed up. She had no friends, no family that came and showed up on the day of need. It was a single mom and an elementary age kid, and we were the people that she could rely on.
Realizing pretty early on that my role is not to have all the answers and to explain everything. My answer is just to be present, be there. That to me was a big revelation, because I'm a fix-it kind of person, so that's my inclination, to step in and fix. And these folks don't need fixing. They just need people in their lives consistently.
The things that we have done have been to show up and to encourage them to set their goals, make sure they're achievable, and then check in with them, provide some accountability. Hey, how's that coming? Well, if that's not working, what else could you do that might work out? And, it was really beneficial for us too, because we challenged ourselves to set some goals also, and it was very beneficial for me personally.
I think in terms of living my faith, a lot of times, when we're called to give, my first inclination is to grab a checkbook. And that's meaningful and valid. But for me, the experience of giving time and presence and being in somebody else's life was much more meaningful to me, and much more a real development of depth in my faith.
When I heard that Mount Horeb was going to partner with Circus, as a member of the church, I was elated. I thought that was one of the grandest ideas, because the way people are living in a community that below poverty level need as much help as they can. So, as a board member, I see a lot of progress being made. I have contact with some of the leaders that I have worked with and come to some of the meetings, and I see so much growth and hope in these young ladies and young men also that come through the Circle program.
Jesus entered into human suffering and identified with the marginalized, and we have the same call. Circles provides many opportunities for the church to move from passive spectators to active participants in the mission of God in our local communities. And for anyone seeking a way to give a hand up to a neighbor, I invite you to partner with Circles to positively impact your community.